Hi everyone, welcome to the Facts of the Case, a series brought to you by Mazwa Banda and Company. I am Mazwa Banda, the managing partner, and in this series, we want to educate you on the indispensable role that lawyers play in resolving disputes in society.
Hi, my name is Isa Opiri, and me and my family have owned a land in Chongwe, a traditional land.
It is important to understand that lawyers play an indispensable role in resolving disputes and maintaining social order, functioning not merely as advocates in court, but as essential architects of societal stability.
We've owned this land for generations. My great-grandfather owned it, and later on passed it to my grandfather, and also my father owned it, and now it's me. But see, here is a foreigner that came a few days ago claiming to say he's got titles to this land, and he's only given us a few days to evacuate the premises, and I'm only here to seek legal advice.
Thank you very much for coming through, Mr. Piri. What is firstly important to understand is that the land in Zambia vests in the president. Okay? It is the president who has the ultimate authority over the land. Okay? However, to help administer the land, there are two systems that are in place. Okay? There is customary tenure, okay, and there's also leasehold tenure. Meaning, you can either own land as customary land or leasehold land. Yeah. So, customary land is land that is administered by traditional authorities, in particular the headman and the chief. Okay? So, what is important in customary tenure to ensure that you own, to assert your ownership of the land, is that you must be in possession of your land, and the headman or the local authorities should know that this land belongs to Mr. Piri. Okay? In short, they should be sure, they should know that this land belongs to your family. Okay? And this means that the records will show that this land is held by Mr. Piri's family. Yeah. So the other way of owning land is by leasehold tenure. Leasehold tenure is where now you hear of title deeds. Okay? So that is the distinction.
Okay.
Customary land does not have title deeds. So in your case where somebody came with a title deed, it is very suspicious because you've held that land for a long time under customary tenure. Okay? So what is important to understand in this situation is the process for converting customary land to leasehold tenure. So how do you go about that? Okay? So essentially there are three steps. Okay? There are three stages in short. So the first stage is to get the consent of the traditional leaders. Yes. So a person cannot convert customary land to leasehold tenure without consulting the local authorities or the traditional leaders. So that is what we need to find out. Okay? We need to find out if he was issued with a letter from the chief authorizing him to convert the land. However, that letter cannot be given to him without first involving the people on the land, the people who will be affected, which is you and your family. Yes. So it is already suspicious that you were not involved in this process.
Is it possible that the chief or whoever is responsible sold the land to two people, my family and him?
It is possible in certain situations that crooked traditional leaders can go behind the backs of the people who are staying on that piece of land, who are living on that piece of land. Okay, so there are fraudulent conversions of land where the authorities also sometimes are bypassed.
If that's the case, what possibilities are there that I may end up losing the land?
The possibilities are there because in Zambia, a title deed takes precedence. Yeah, if somebody has a title deed, it is known as it is regarded as conclusive evidence of ownership. Okay, so the best way to challenge that kind of ownership or to challenge that person is to take them to court, so that you show the court that fraud was involved or the process was not followed, and then the court can set aside that, can cancel that title deed. Yes. However, the second stage, if consent has been obtained from the chief, the next stage is to go to make an application to the council in the district where the land is located.
Okay.
Yes. So the council will also make their own assessments, will also make their own evaluations, and approve that conversion of that land, or recommend for conversion of that piece of land. This is after you have engaged a surveyor, a licensed surveyor, to survey the piece of land so that you know the extent of the land you're dealing with. When the council sits, it will deliberate, look at the land that is in question, and make recommendations to the Ministry of Land for that land to be converted to leasehold tenure.
To that person who claims to have the title deed?
Yes, so the person who makes an application to convert land, customary land, okay, has to go to the council after getting consent from the chief. Once they finish with the council, they get the approved site plan, then they get all the documentation, including the minutes of the council, the site plan, as well as the letter from the chief. They take them to the Ministry of Land and make the necessary application. Then the Ministry of Land is the one that will finish up the process until the title deed is given to them. So in your situation, we need to investigate whether this process was followed. And if it wasn't followed, then we need to make a challenge in court, that we need to make an application to the court that that certificate of title should be cancelled, because there's a likelihood of fraud in that conversion.
What was the first one? What first step?
The first step that you need to take is to, we will assist you. Firstly, we will need to assist you to go and check the records at the Ministry of Lands as well as at the council. Those records will show us whether the process was properly followed. This is why procedure matters. These are the facts of the case.